Good morning, children. Today we are going to see a new lesson, Civics, Unit 2, Central Government. Okay, children? In this lesson, we are going to know the powers of President and Vice President and Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. Not only that, we are also going to see about the Parliament House, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and also about Supreme Court. Okay, children, now we will move on to the lesson. Children, the central government is the supreme government in our country. The headquarters of the central government is at New Delhi. Article 52 to 78 in Part 5 of Indian Constitution deals with the Union Executive. Our Constitution provides a democratic form of government. The makers of the Indian Constitution we already studied in the last lesson by giving a due recognition to the vastness and plural character of our nation have provided a federal arrangement for her governance. The central government consists of three organs, namely Union Executive, Legislature and Judiciary. The Union Executive consists of the President of India, Vice President, the Council of Ministers headed by the Prime Minister and the Attorney General of India. The Legislature is also known as Parliament. It consists of two houses, namely Rajya Sabha, the upper house, and the Lok Sabha or lower house. The Union Judiciary consists of the Supreme Court of India. Okay, children. Now we will move on to the President of India. Children, the parliamentary system of government provided by the Constitution in that the President is a nominal executive authority. The chief executive of the Indian Union is the President. He is designated as a first citizen of India. He is the supreme commander of the armed force, which means military, air force and navy. Okay? The President is also the constitutional head of the Union Executive. He is also responsible for constituting the judiciary. According to the Article 53 of the Constitution, the executive power of the Union shall be vested in the President, which shall be exercised by him directly or through officers subordinate to him in accordance with the Constitution. Now we will move on to the qualification for the election as President. That is, President post. For that, what is the qualification we are going to see now? Okay, children. See, the Constitution lays down certain qualification for the presidential candidate. He should be the citizen of India. Second point, he must have completed the age of 35 years. Third, he must not hold any office of profit under the union, state or local government. He should have the other qualification required to become a member of the Lok Sabha. Last point, his or her name. Okay, his means male or female. Name should be proposed by at least 10 electors and seconded by another 10 electors of the Electoral College, which elects the President. The President cannot be a member of a parliament or of a state legislature. If he is a member of any legislature, his seat will be deemed to have been vacated on the date he or she assumed the office of President. Okay, children. Now, how the election of the President will be held? Okay, we will see that. The President is elected by an electoral college in accordance with the system of proportional representation by means of single transferable vote. The electoral college consists of the elected members of both the houses of parliament, that is Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, and the elected members of the states and the elected members of the National Capital Territory of Delhi and Puducherry, that is Pondicherry. Once elected as a president, he has to take an oath of office before the Chief Justice of India. The president is elected for a term of 5 years and can be re-elected. Okay, children? And children, here we have to know, that is, we all know where the president used to reside. Okay, children? That is, do you know fact? I am going to explain. Then we will move on to the powers of the president. See, children, the president usually resides at Rashtrapati Bhavan in New Delhi. The residence and the office of the president are located in the same building. But, however, he has another two offices come residence where he conducts office at least once a year. They are the Retreat Building at Simla and the Rashtrapati Nilayam at Hyderabad. These locations, one in north and other one is south, symbolizes the unity of the country and unity of the diverse culture of the people. Okay, children, this may be asked in the interior question, so we have to know that. Okay, now we will move on to the powers of the president. Children, the powers and functions of the President of India can be broadly classified under the following categories: as executive powers, legislative powers, financial powers, judicial powers, military, diplomatic, emergency, etc. Okay, we will see by one. Executive powers. The Constitution vested in the President of India all the executive powers of the central government. Article 77 requires that every executive action of the Union shall be taken in the name of the President. So, he has to make many appointments to the key office to run the administration. Okay? Now, the actual executive powers we are going to see. President appoints the Prime Minister and the other members of the Council of Ministers, that is distributing portfolios. Portfolios means different departments. Okay, children? Okay, different departments to them on the advice of the Prime Minister. He is responsible for making the wide variety of appointments. These appointments includes appointment of governors of state, the Chief Justice, the other judges of the Supreme Court and High Court, the Attorney General, the Comptroller and the Auditor General, the Chief Election Commissioner and the other Election Commissioner, the Chairman and other members of the Union Public Service Commission, ambassadors and the High Commissioners to other countries. President also appoints the commission to investigate into the conditions of SC and ST and other backward classes. He is the Supreme Commander of the Defence Forces of India. In this capacity, the President can appoint Army, Navy and the Air Chief. Okay, children, till this I think you can able to understand. Okay, and listen, children, Election of the President is a book back first short answer, and not only that, qualification for the election of President, that is qualification of the President, is an important interior question. So go through that. Okay, children, thank you.